I'm Courtney Murphy, Denver Metro Realtor, and today I'm going to be taking you through the home building process, just so if that's the venture that you're about to take, you can know what to expect. If you're not familiar with me, like I said, I'm a Denver Metro Realtor, and I do work in resale homes, but I do a lot of work in new built home sales. I usually work with clients on about 10 to 15 new built homes per year. So if you are looking for a realtor to walk with you through this process, I've been through it a lot. So, but let's go ahead and get started with the new built home buying process. So step one is obviously finding the home you want to build. And I know it can seem like it either seems overwhelming or like it's gonna be really easy, because you see there's lots of choices out there, right? You drive by, you see lots of builder signs, and it probably looks like there's lots of options. I'll tell you what though, when you start looking to actually find the floor plan that you want on the lot, a type of lot that you're looking for in your budget, can sometimes be a lot more challenging than expected. So, but once you've found that right home, you're gonna move right into step two, which is signing a purchase agreement. So after you find that right home, right lot, right community, all of that, you're gonna set an appointment with the salesperson at the builder, where you're gonna sit down. You will go through the purchase agreement, make sure you fully understand everything that is in that contract. That's the time also when you're gonna put down your earnest money. Now different builders are gonna have different amounts for their earnest money, but this is when you're gonna write that first check. And of course that will be applied to the purchase of your home when you close. And also at the time of the purchase contract, that's when you're gonna go ahead and already be picking options for your home. They need you to pick your structural options at this time. So what's a structural option? A structural option is something that typically needs to be part of the permitting process. So whether or not you're gonna add a fireplace or a covered deck, maybe you have the option of adding a sunroom to your house, or your bathroom, your primary bathroom configuration. You know, do you want that big spa shower? Do you want to do the shower in the tub? All of those types of things are going to be decided up front when you're doing your purchase contract. A lot of times too, you're gonna pick the color of your home, the elevation, then, which is the exterior of your home, the brick, the style of it. Most builders offer you like 3 different styles, so that's when you're gonna pick that as well. So a lot of decisions are being made right up front. The good thing is that at this point, when you go on signing the purchase contract and making these decisions, is you're going to get a better idea of the final cost of your home. That can be one of the scary things about buying a new home, is not knowing that final price when you're signing the agreement. So usually at this point, when you're signing the agreement, you can at least get to the point to know the price of the home with the lot, the base price, and your big structural options is gonna give you a good idea where you're gonna land, and then the salesperson can give you kind of an estimate of what most people are spending at the design center, because the design center options you're not gonna have chosen at this point. So that will still be outstanding, but at least you'll get a better idea. Okay, so now you've done that, you've given them your check, you've signed the purchase agreement, you have picked your structural options. At this point, the builder is going to start the permitting process and getting the approval from the city to put your house on your lot and get that building process started. So the first meeting, so things are going to be quiet for a while. It may look like nothing's going on with your house because they don't do anything until they get those permits back. Once they get those permits back, they're going to start digging and working on your house. And around that time, sometimes it's about 2 months or so after you have signed your purchase agreement, you're going to be having your pre-construction or groundbreaking meeting. I've heard that meeting referred to both of those things, but basically this meeting is when you get to sit down and meet your construction supervisor. And at that point, he or she is going to go over your plot plan with you so you can see how your house is going to sit on your lot, talk to you about the grading, the soils report for your particular plot of land. That person is going to go over your structural options that you chose when you signed your purchase agreement and just verify that he or she has all the right options. It's always good to double check right before they start building your home that we're all on the same page. And they'll also talk to you about the building process, kind of what we're going through today, what to expect, what meetings you're gonna have. Typically, after you've had the pre-construction meeting, that's when the builder will start having weekly phone calls with you or emails, something to update you on the progress of your home each week so that you know what's going on. All right, so that was the pre-construction meeting. The next meeting is the design center appointment. This is the fun one, right? Now, sometimes that can take place before the pre-construction meeting. You know, those are kind of both going on timing wise. One can, in some instances, one happens before the other, and sometimes it's the other way around. But the other meeting that you need to know about that's going on early in the process is the design center appointment. And this is where you get to go and pick out all the fun stuff for your home, all the stuff to really personalize it and make it pretty. So you typically, I see most builders split this up into 2 appointments because it can get a little bit overwhelming if you're just doing it in one day. However, maybe you're flying into town, you got to do it all in one day, but they'll usually work with you on that. And I've even had people do design center appointments remotely, virtually, over Zoom, that sort of thing. If you don't have to do that, don't do it, because it's definitely better to touch and feel and see things in person so you know what you're getting. But a lot of builders are willing to do that virtually if that's your only option. But that is where you're going to be picking out your flooring, your cabinets, countertops, tiles, paint, all those good fun things. You'll also probably be going over maybe some electrical items. Sometimes you do that with your salesperson. Sometimes some of that's done at the design center. And also low voltage items as well, like security system, speakers in your house, all those sorts of things will be decided. And the great thing is, at that point, once your design center appointment is finished, now you're going to know the final purchase price of your home. Okay. The next appointment that you're going to run into is your pre-drywall walkthrough. And it's just like what it sounds. Once the builder gets to the point where they're just about to put drywall up, meaning that obviously framing is done, your electrical is mostly done, plumbing, HVAC, all those things that need to be in your walls before they put insulation in and start drywalling. That's your chance to walk the house at that time. A lot of people do decide to have an inspector come inspect the home at this time. And just want to give you some tips at this appointment. You will be verifying that all your options, like your electrical options and whatnot, that they're all in place at this time, because it's obviously much better to make these catches before the drywall is installed. Another suggestion that I want to make to you is make sure that things are exactly where you want them to be. I always like to say there's like a line of lights in your hallway, like can lights. Make sure those are straight and lined up, because this is the easiest time for the builder to move things over a little bit. Last suggestion at this time is when you're done with the meeting, get out your phone and walk and take a video. Some people like to do pictures. I say video because pictures you might look back at pictures later and say, where the heck is that? With a video, you can know where you're walking, know where you're shown, but that way you will always know what's behind your walls. And what a great thing to have, even when you're selling your house, to have that video to pass on to the new homeowners, right? So You know, the pre-drywall walkthrough, it takes a while to get to that point, just because most of the building of your home is the things like the framing and the HVAC and the foundation and the digging and whatnot. After the pre-drywall walkthrough, it really feels like your home is progressing at a much faster rate when they're doing the interior things, laying tile, putting in cabinets, you know, carpet, all that kind of stuff. Things feel like they're speeding up, and all of a sudden it feels like a home that was barely moving along slow. Now things feel like they're going really fast. But the next meeting that you're gonna have is your home orientation walkthrough, also sometimes called the blue tape walkthrough. This walkthrough happens usually about 2 to 3 months after your pre-drywall walkthrough. And at this walkthrough, it's gonna be a week before closing. I'm not sure if I just said that, but it's about a week before closing, and that's when you're gonna meet back up with your construction supervisor, and you're gonna plan for about 2 to 3 hours to spend with him or her, and they're gonna introduce you to your home and show you all the systems, show you your furnace and your sprinkler system, and just let you know how your home works and how to maintain it. And then the other side of that too, this is your opportunity to walk through the home and look for any defects that you want to have fixed before closing. So you're literally, the blue tape, you literally get tape in every little thing that you want fixed within your home. You're going to go through and mark it and come out of that meeting with a list of things that need to be completed on the house. So like I said, plan for 2 to 3 hours on that one. It's a big meeting, you learn a lot, and it's important to, go through and see what's still left to be done in your home. The next meeting that you have is gonna be on closing day. So about a week later, after that orientation walkthrough, you're gonna have your final walk. This final walk only lasts about 30 minutes. It's not supposed to be a walkthrough where you go and look for new things that you want fixed in your home. It's a chance to meet up with your construction supervisor. He or she will go through the list that you came up with from your last meeting and go over, show you what's been fixed, and if anything has not been fixed yet, that'll be written out on a separate list, signed off by you, and that will be agreed that those items will be finished after closing. Just want to let you know, rarely, I'm not sure if I even ever have had a home at this point that every single item was done. It's the expectation of most home buyers that list is, I'm not signing off on this house until every item is completed. I'm just letting you know right now, that's usually not the case. There are usually a few items left outstanding. Maybe there was a cabinet door that needed fixed and they just could not get it in time and it's still on its way, things like that. But knowing that ahead of time, it's a good expectation to have. Usually closing is scheduled about 2 hours after that final walkthrough. So you go do your final walkthrough and then you head right to the title company and have the closing on your new home. You sign all those papers, and at closing, this is when the house is yours and you get your keys. So that is the basics of the home buying process. I talked about buying a home and building it from dirt. You might buy an inventory home and the one that's already started under construction. And if that's the case, you may jump in at any point during this process, depending on how far along your house is. This is also very general. Most builders kind of follow this exact process, but some of them may have a few deviations on this, but this is generally how the process works. I am going to be doing some more in-depth videos on each part of the process because I have a lot more I could say. It probably seems like I'm saying a lot and that's my nature, and I'm trying to give you a lot of information fairly quickly, but I have a lot more I could say on each part of the process and what your expectations should be. Because what I find is that a lot of times where problems come in is that expectations are not, people don't understand the expectations or what is normal in the process and things like that. And so like I said, I'm gonna be making more videos, getting specific in different areas. So if you have questions, those can get answered. And of course, you know, like I said, I do this all the time. I've been through this process more times than I can even think of right now, but I do it a lot. And I would love to walk by your side if you are planning to build a home, to walk by your side. And because let me tell you, more often than not, problems do arise. And I've worked through a lot of problems with builders and home buyers to come to resolutions that hopefully everyone's happy with. And I'd love to be there by your side while you're building your new home. Again, my name is Courtney Murphy, Denver Metro Realtor. Be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel for educational videos, market updates, and of course, home tours all around the Denver area. All right, thanks for joining me today, and I hope you have a wonderful day.